Hey guys, Ryan from cubeRSZ here, and today I'm going to be showing you the first step of Skyscraper Method, F3L. Now, it starts by building a center, which I already did, just because I figured most of you would know how to build a center. But if you don't, it's not that hard, very intuitive, just play around with it until you can figure it out. This method relies highly on intuition, so figuring things out for yourself is very good. Anyway, the first step we're going to be looking at is building diamond. So now what the diamond is it's basically where you have the first face, the first center done, and then you have each of these white ones filled in, and it's pretty close to a cross. So like say for instance, if we wanted to get the mint face diamond part finished, we'd do that, and we've got a solid line up to here, and then this is white, and then all that. So you just this part is very intuitive. This one needs to go up here, but we also want to attach it to a brown center. So there's a brown center. It's brown edge center. So we just connect them up, and then we just throw them in like that. So this is all pretty easy stuff. I'm just going to finish this up. So now we've got the diamond done. So now we've got this stripe going down each of the sides. Okay, so now we come to the fun part of Skyscraper, where we build our edge columns that go in right here, so that we have F3L and a cross, essentially. So let's take a look at this orange piece. This one needs to go here, and for it to be full F3L, we're going to need a corner center and an edge center. I don't know what the technical names for those are, but that's what I'm going to call them for the video. So the first thing we're going to want to do is connect it to its corner. So this one goes here. All right, so I just kind of connected those up. Very intuitive steps indeed. So now the less intuitive part, I think, is getting these paired up here. So now how I'm going to do this part is I lined them up like this, so that if we do that, they line up. Now, if you notice, that destroyed our center and is going to cause problems if we don't deal with it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do an F prime, and I'm going to bring it back up, and then I'm going to do that, move it out of the way, and there. Now that we've got those all three done, we can throw them in like this. Just a regular sledgehammer kind of insertion. Now the next thing I see is I see this piece and these two right here. If we do one of these, you can see that it lines all three of those up. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a sledgehammer right there, and then now they're all three lined up. So now we can do sort of a modified sledgehammer to insert it, and we can just keep going around the cube. I'm going to stop if anything interesting pops up that we haven't covered. So this is also an interesting case. We've built these two, and we see this one up here. This is actually one of the easiest insertion cases possible for this step. So if we do a fat RU, fat R prime, that inserts it. If you look at it, this one lines up with those two, so when we do that, it just goes in. Alright, so now I see this one here and these two here. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to first have to take these two out, and then I'm going to have to get them flipped so that I can stick this one right there. So I'm taking them out by doing one of these. Here's my white. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of those, and then that, and then that, and then I've built that. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to do a sledgehammer move to insert it. Okay, so now we've finished with the cross. So now we're moving on to the F3L corner step. This part is a lot easier, I think, just because it's a lot closer to F2L, so all you CFOP solvers should be able to do this pretty easily. So the first part is getting an F2L pair done. So now that we've gotten that pair done, we need to find the next piece that goes with it. So this is the next piece that goes with it. So we're going to put that across from it, ideally flipped. If not, there's a special algorithm for that, but flipped is easier to deal with. So then now these two just need to go like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a fat R, U, R prime, U prime, 2R prime. And that's all it is. And you can just mirror that or whatever you need to do wherever you are on the cube. So now this is the other case, the one I was talking about where it's a cross and it's not flipped. So for this one, we want to line it up right over our slot where we want to insert it. And we want to do fat L prime, U2, fat L, U prime, wide L prime, U, and then that. And then now all we have is this left, and we can just insert it using a sledge. So now this is another interesting case. As you can see, we've got our pair done, but our triple is flipped. So now there's an easy algorithm that you can use to deal with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to line it up across from our slot, and we're going to do fat R, U2, fat R prime, U prime, fat R, U prime, and then fat R prime. And then now we can just line them up across from each other flipped, and we can do our normal insertion algorithm. And then you just kind of keep going around the cube doing all 4 of these. They're not too hard. This is a pretty intuitive step, but it's a little bit harder than on a 3x3. But there we go, we have it. We've done this part of the cube. We got all that done, and if you can't figure it out, either leave a comment suggesting how I can do better with my explanation, or just practicing also really helps. If I can figure this out, you can probably figure it out too. So yeah, next time we're going to work on the 4th layer. So that'll be fun. That's all basically one algorithm modified in different ways, so that shouldn't be too hard. Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that random stuff that YouTubers ask for, and I will see you in part 3. Bye.